Yeah, so I want to talk about how like it's so funny because generally when I make a proclamation, I'm trying to speak on a point or something. It's because I'm looking out in the world and I'm seeing, oh, this is something that's commonly misunderstood, and I've been doing that for a very long time. And as I say, like initially, like 100% of what I was saying was because that's what I'm motivated. I'm motivated to rebuke what is misunderstood, and initially, like 100% of what I was saying was misunderstood by 100% of the people. And people weren't recognizing those things. I attacked these topics and subjects, and then I got to a great degree of people recognizing the fallacy of the common. These ideas were undone. I kind of dismissed, dissolved them. People were, oh yes, it is wrong. Oh yes, and I can go on a very long list. I should probably do it to explain, like, hey, this is what was being believed and practiced in the year 2000. These are like, and I can just list a whole lot of different things, and people with a memory will be like, oh yeah, I remember that, and then realize, like, yeah, I was sitting on the battleground undoing these false ideas and concepts quite, effectively for a very long time. But it's interesting to see that, like, people kind of coalesce to the same antithesis of whatever I'm doing, because I'm out there, like, flailing around, making attention, drawing attention wherever it can be, wherever I can see, where people will, receive, or where I see people speaking incorrectly. And generally, the people speaking incorrectly are kind of pulled together in some kind of normative. There's like a whole, it's not just one person who's misled, and they're the blind leading the blind, okay? And people are trying to say that about me my whole entire life. I can tell you stories about that, and how those people are so wrong about so many things they do that are just like, they should be in jail a lot of the times for many of the things they do. But how coalesced my opposition is. So they come up with things like, you hear this now, like a whole bunch of people going, man, if anybody's griping about anything, that they're upset about, that's a sign that they're just wrong. This was like 3 people made that comment just in the last day in their videos. That's because they're coalescing to this, concept of, that's my antithesis. That's what they're doing. They're in opposition to things I'm saying, and go, oh, this guy is obviously not so grateful. And it, like, for people telling me, you know what you lack gratitude. And it's a vulgarity for them to say that. It's all it is. And if you want to know what these behaviors are really coming like, it's just like in the book of Job. When Job had his friends and they were saying all those things, that's constantly what these people's arguments are. It's these, false arguments. And I want to restate that there's just some tangibly incorrect doctrines, dogmas, beliefs, ideologies that are being defended by censorship and slander and violence. Slander is violence. Gossip is violence. How absurdly corrupt are you when you're going to censor somebody and then you're going to gossip and slander? This is like, what line did they cross? I mean, what redemption is there? What kind of foulness of behavior is that? And go, oh, that's what you're doing. No, I'm not doing that. A, I'm not censoring people, and B, I'm not maligning someone unfairly. I'm representing to the accuracy of what it is. And if they disagree with it, they can bring it up and we can discuss it. Not that they're censoring, though. They've closed those doors. It's not like, well, haven't you closed your doors by not just bowing down to their idols and accepting them for who they are and just walking away. The walk away movement, whatever you want to call these solutions. And I want to rephrase this. It's something that people are just missing in their magical thinking, in their imaginary holiness. Again, comparing to the gospel message, compare it to what the gospel says. It doesn't say to not to rebuke evil. It says rebuke evil, expose it. This is a basic imperative, but it's just such a common sense thing. If you see somebody prescribing toxicity to the people, to the masses, to some kind of incorrect, backwards ideologies, and you might understand in a benevolent way you want to rebuke that. Now here's one more caveat. If you see people going, hey, exploit people. You got to be clever. You want to be really sneaky. You want to exploit people. You want to sell them, your grift. You want to sell your grift. See, that's what the world people are doing. Selling your, look at that biblical standing. Taking the Bible accounting of selling grift and where and who these people are, and then go, well, here's a whole list of topics to discuss upon, to conference with and discuss and look at. That's all censored dialogue. And these esotericists in their back rooms, they go, oh, we've already went over this. Grift is the whole game. This is what they're doing.